Wave if you can see me. Hey everyone, John Richardson here with Glammy at your reality recaps, talking everything Bravo and our weekly tea time. We have got my tea here, got my crumpets, or I should say tiny little gluten-free brownies.
Yeah, they look more
Love
like
it.
crumpets are not. They don't look anything like that. Good God.
Oh, stop being so picky about it. Glammy, you can follow me at Comedy Jonah. Glammy, what about you?
You can follow me at Princess Glammy, I guess. Stop stuffing your face. It doesn't matter that it's gluten-free. It's still going straight to your hips. And the boobs.
This is the only time I get my little snack during our tea time.
Whatever. So once a week you eat. Bullshit.
Sweets. Okay, Glammy.
Okay.
Glammy is sick and in a bad mood, so.
I'm not going to give it there. I feel well. I can't actually. I feel like I got a film over my eyes. My allergies are so bad, and I feel like I'm inside, like underwater. Turn your damn phone off.
Take a Claritin. It's 2015, okay?
I've actually tried the Flonase. Have Claritin, Zyrtec. I have Sudafed. None of it works. None of it works.
Just
it's terrible.
get drunk and pass out like I normally do.
Oh yes. Hendrix may come in handy.
Oh, when you posted that picture of Hendrix, you know me likes that.
Oh, I know. I like it too.
Favorite.
Have you ever had it with the ginger ale and the lemon? That's what my husband drinks it.
I've done it with that, or even with Sprite. It's good with limes.
Orange
and I will do like a Moscow Mule, and instead of vodka, I put in the Hendrix.
Yeah, and Hendrix is a very, very deceiving drink because it tastes like you're drinking tonic water with lime, and you can get shit-faced really, really
Yes.
fast.
Yeah, it's so smooth.
Me. You just froze up again.
Yeah, you're freezing up too, but we don't want to mention that because it doesn't make good TV. Go with the flow, Grammy.
Okay, well, let's talk about Bravo then.
Stop being such a negative bitch. No, I'm kidding. Cheer the F up for the next 30 minutes.
I can now. He's going to have it on the loop. Negative bitch, negative bitch, negative bitch. That's what Eric's going to do.
Gotta turn on my overlay. Here we go.
Oh, there you are. No.
Sorry, Eric. There's my overlay.
So who are we going to talk about first? Do you want to talk about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion just to get out of the way since it's fresh?
No, we gotta end strong. We're gonna end it like that with New York. Let's get some of those other shows out of the way. We saw Shaw's this week where he's finally proposed. Mike proposed to Jessica.
That was a fakest thing. He's like, Jessica, will you marry me? And she's like, oh! Like she didn't know it was coming for 3 weeks because it's completely scripted and ridiculous. I mean, come on. I don't like her.
I wasn't sure if she was crying so hard because she had to jump out of a plane or she got proposed to. And even after she landed.
But did you also hear her saying, I'm going to be a wife, not his wife? I'm going to be a wife. I'm going to be a wife, not his wife.
It's a Jewish thing. Is that what Jewish spouses call each other? I don't know.
No, so I don't like her at all. I think she's very, very bad news. And I mean, they are married now, so.
They're married now, and Gonessa, they were on Watch What Happens Live, and they said that the ring that Mike had, you know, I guess Mike, it was a loaner, and he gave it back, and she got a smaller ring.
The 4.5 carat had to go back for some reason. I was like, really? That's like going and buying a car and getting called on Monday that you couldn't get the credit because you bring it back.
Yeah.
You know, there's something not happening there. I'm just like,
right.
Yeah, because I've heard that's happened to people that I've known, like scumbags, taking the car off the lot, had it all weekend, and then, oh my God, they want me to take the car back. I'm like, oh, really? That's never happened. Ooh.
Who do you
0%.
hang around with?
That was actually my husband's ex-wife. So yeah, yeah. Loop. The funny part of it all was they traded her car in over and sold her car, so she didn't even get her car back. Sorry, being vindictive, bitch. Who cares?
Well, we also saw like Gonessa, Gigi.
I
Do
believe
you?
that because you saw him when he was in Turkey, he was a little bit over the top, as he always gets when he gets shit-faced drunk. He gets very aggressive. He runs around in the nude. You know, he pulls his dick out to everybody. And I honestly think he may have gone up to her and, you know, said, let's do it or something. And she's like, no. And that was the end of it. I don't believe for a second that he did not try and have sex with her. I think he's tried to have sex
Maybe
with her many times.
maybe he was drunk and he kind of did it, but do we think it's as serious as Gigi's saying it is?
Um, I think it really affected her because you're hanging out with Eric and Eric gets shit-faced drunk and your guys are best friends and he starts trying to have sex with you. You're like, oh, this is not new. This is not the way it's supposed to be.
Right, and we'll see how that goes this weekend at Reality Rally. But am I going to then turn around and say, oh my God, Kirk, Eric tried to have sex with me. Oh my God, oh my God. Well, I shouldn't say partners' names on camera, but, you know, or whatever. I mean, or tell all our friends, oh my gosh.
I think you'd be flipping the fuck out. You would flip the fuck out. Just in case you got caught. But, you know, covering your own ass, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I mean, I don't think it's strange because they were like brother and sister. It must be a really strange thing to have somebody in your life that you think is kind of like your big brother all your life, and then he tries to have sex with you. You know, it's not the right thing to do.
But they're not brother and sister.
I know they're not, but they're in a very different community to what we grew up with. You know, they all went to school together and, you know, okay, let's turn it around. What happens if Reza had got shit-faced? Now, Reza's like a big brother to her, too. Would it not be okay for her to say, Reza tried to dry hump me in the elevator?
Exactly.
I would say, yeah, the same thing. I would say, hey, he tried to touch me up, and that's it.
Hey, sweetie, get me drunk enough and I'll make out with you. Okay? Stuff happens.
No, it doesn't.
especially since you're not feeling well too, it's even better. Your face.
God, oh my God, where's my God?
I get the impression it's not as big a deal as Golnessa says it is. So
I think it happened. I don't think it's as much. I don't think he tried to physically rape her. I think in her mind it was to her it was really serious. Who knows? You know?
I think she has a little crush on her brother. Okay.
Yeah. But could you imagine if he did that to Asa? Asa would be flipping out and, you know, getting the diamond water out, bringing to such and such, and, you know, she'd have the crystal out, making sure everything was okay. Like,
give me my diamond water. Give me my diamond water.
Like this with her, like this.
Somebody light some sage.
Yeah.
I gotta get some sage going.
Yeah, go through the house. Yeah. So Asa would have blown it out of proportion, but it wouldn't have taken her a year. She would have gone ape shit in Turkey. She'd be rolling herself up in the rug. Remember those rugs in Turkey, the prayer rug? She'd be wrapping herself up like the exorcist around her. So, you know, she's like, oh.
So I want to talk about, and I don't know how to pronounce her freaking name, Gonessa's roommate, the newest Shaw.
Asifa.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
She is drives me absolutely insane. How do you like her?
I don't know. She's a bit prissy, and she's taken over Gigi's house and is asking Gigi to, you know, keep it down. Do you have to be so noisy in her own house?
Working from home at the dining room table in a common space. I'd kill her.
Doesn't make sense to me. It just does not make sense. That woman needs a good slap. If I was Gigi, and then bugged the closet like what under the door handle of the closet and left her in there for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, oh, I would. And for her to be in the kitchen and be like, I'm not this typical Persian wife. I'm not going to cook and this and that. He's asking you to make some frickin' eggs. He's not asking you to peel 50 potatoes. I mean, you have to eat, right?
And have they never heard Domino's or Papa John's or? And I'm sure where they live, they do have breakfast delivered.
Some eggs. Crack some eggs. Scramble them up or whatever. You have to eat.
It was kind of funny a couple of episodes ago when Mike asked Jennifer, whatever the hell her name is, Jessica, to make eggs. And they were really bad. I mean, the girl can't cook worth of shit. I mean, she can't scramble eggs. I mean, he gave them to the dog while she wasn't looking. I was like...
Then teach her.
But that was all that happened. That was all that happened, right? On Shaw's.
With Shaw's, yeah. But I mean, if you can't do something like when I got in my relationship, it was just me. I would eat out or whatever, or make a sandwich. Once I got my relationship, we wanted to eat healthier. I started cooking. You know what? There's something called a computer, and you have the whole world in front of you. And you know what's on the computer? And in the whole world, there are recipes. And you know what? If you're, a barely functioning, low IQ person, you can follow a recipe, make something. No big deal.
I mean, start with Martha Stewart and work up from there.
Or Chef Boyardee and work up to Julia Childs.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Stepping stones, people. No excuses.
That was all that really happened on Shaw's. It was a bit boring of an episode. I want something like crazy, like... Oh, MJ's mother did turn up. MJ's mother.
Oh, my gosh. And having the side-by-side with Reza. Oh, your mother, why are you bald and you have a pet company?
You said dog walker. I was like, oh, my God. And the thing is, she basically was like... But here's the rumor. Somebody tweeted me a couple of days ago. Charlie was actually dating MJ's friend, not MJ at the time of filming. And so he was a stand-in or something. So he's not really MJ's boyfriend. It's somebody else. And the girlfriend, Charlie's live tweets when the show airs. And I've got her Twitter name somewhere. I can't remember what it is. But apparently Charlie, MJ's fake boyfriend, is dating somebody else. And
you heard it here first.
Well, I actually heard it via somebody sent me the message. I was like, what? Are you kidding me? So I haven't checked the chick out, but what else happened? Nothing. That was it. She arrived, spoke to Charlie. MJ's tits made a huge impression on the episode again, and that was that.
That was that.
Watch that were completely freaking boring this week.
Boring weekend, Bravo, except for the reunion. All right, so
eventful
has wrapped up, so that's gone. Neither one of us are watching Southern Charm.
No, I tried.
Good.
It's crap. Maybe I just don't like Southern folks.
It's a lot of European people don't like Southern folks. U.S. Southern folks.
As far south as you could possibly get in the United States, and I don't like anybody, but that's just me.
Are you watching Newlyweds, the first year?
I tried. I accidentally watched it last night, and somebody has possibly had a miscarriage, and everyone's trying to get pregnant, and I'm just like, barf. I mean, it's a little bit much. It's not like the first year where everybody was like funny and crazy, and remember there was the Bollywood girl, and she was fabulous, and she then went onto the people's couch, and but now I don't like this show. I don't like it. They need to cancel it. Who wants to see 40-somethings getting married for the first time and have lied to their parents about their husband being married to somebody else? I don't get it. So it's not a fun thing for me to watch. I was really, really bored with it. So what else?
Yeah, I usually have it on in the background. What else do we have?
Well, I was saying Real Housewives.
Melbourne. I guess was depressing this week.
Terrible. depressing. Daisy's got cancer, everyone's crying, and then they had a play that sucked, and it was crap. It was a very bad episode, nothing to talk about. Melbourne was so bad I didn't even remember watching it. Did you know what happened? No, you Googled it, didn't you? You had to go back and see what happened. You don't remember watching it, do you?
I went back and read you the notes before the show.
Yeah, I'm like, I remember the suit buying incident. Yeah. That was it.
Remember petticoat? Every time I see her, I think of the petticoat. Took her son shopping for suits and
took the tie off. And took the tie off the waiter or whoever he was. No, I didn't like her either.
The shop.
She just rubs me the wrong way. Well, I call her petty fucker now, as in because she's a flower. I say she's a fucker, so she's petty fucker. She's a petty fucker. I don't like her.
We saw Janet speed date. Jackie took her speed dating. And shine.
Oh,
Jackie, shine.
Well, obviously she's not shining enough if Jackie still don't get a date, because Jackie is on a TV show. She's very well known. She has money, and she still can't get laid. Maybe it's a tattoo on her back. I don't know. She looks okay from the front until you turn around. She's got that, what is it, cactus on her shoulder or something? It's very strange.
So Janet, we saw her talking to a couple guys. She seems to like everyone. She seems kind of slutty.
She wants laid. That's it. She wants to have sex with.
Mm-hmm.
She needs to go to Candy Coated Nights and get some toys. She should be smiling a lot more. She'd be nicer to be around. You know, you won't have to go. You don't have to take it to dinner. You don't have to put over the shit. You just turn it on and off when you want. There you go. That's what Janet needs.
No dinner. Just wipe it off and put it away.
Yep. Sterilize it.
In the dishwasher.
In the dishwasher with the one mug and one cup.
Right next to our tea time mugs. So then we saw Chica had another party.
That's all she does.
I know. I want to own a restaurant. I want tons of parties.
Yeah, I don't think her parties are very fun, though. They're a bit boring. It's this kind of repetitive bullshit. She's like the Adrienne Maloof of this franchise, always throwing a party. You know.
And what about Gamble?
What about her?
You have to do it. You have to do it. How do you do the mouth like this?
You put your foot. Hi, I'm Gamble. I'm
really sick of Janet talking about me. Oh my gosh, Gamble. I still like her though. Do you like her still?
No.
No?
No. And
Team Gina.
Catherine Zeta-Jones, was she back or not? Yes,
Catherine Zeta-Jones is back, yes.
Yes, because there was somebody she was talking about.
She was talking about her child.
And then somebody snorted laughing at the table, and
Gamble did.
Okay, so there you go.
Jackie,
I do.
Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing?
I like Gamble then.
I thought so.
I remember
snickering. She was making weird eye contact with her partner, her fiance, and then Jackie's like, "Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? Shine, 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 shine."
I was on Bravo today. There's one blog from those people in Australia. Obviously,
I know.
It's from Shine, 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 girl.
Shine, shine, shine.
Not talking about. I mean, the first 2 or 3 paragraphs were all about the thousands of people that she's helped with her abilities. And
do you recognize the fact that this season, because there was hardly any proof first season that Jackie had any abilities, and now all of a sudden Chica's in the architect's room, and her husband says, "Oh, I've got to take a trip," and she says, "Oh my God, Jackie predicted you would be on a plane." Like all the other housewives are kind of helping her with her proof.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Yeah, and that's all she talked about in her blog was, you know, she's helped tens with their you know, psychic problems or whatever. She helps, you know, unplugs the psychic air around them, helps them shine or whatever. I don't know. But I was just like, there's been one blog. Maybe they're not contracted to do it in Australia. But do the ladies of London do the blogs?
They didn't do them the first season. I don't know if they're going to do them this season, but I think they kind of are. I mean, that's why we at yourrealityrecaps.com do audio blogs, and we wanted to do them for Melbourne housewives, but they're just not there like we do with all the others.
You need to go back and read. You need to do it on air next week. Read the psychic shine, shine, shine blog with, you know, just shining all the way through it. Just read it out to the people that are watching us, and let them see how shit her blog is and how she's so self-absorbed. And it's, you know, it's kind of like she's the type of psychic that you would go to that would say you may or may not get hit with a car, kind of covering all the, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I have a feeling things are going to go really good for you. Maybe. So
there's one blog. I'm on the site now. There's one blog. It's March 5th.
Yeah.
Maybe the other ladies don't know how to log in to BravoTV.com.
Oh my God, that's too funny. Maybe the internet connection sucks. You know, because it's really hard to get from Australia to here, I guess. I mean, whatever.
21 hours or something, right? Like,
yeah, it's kind of maybe Jackie psychically, telepathically sent it to Bravo. That's how they got it. She thought the thoughts to Bravo, and they just typed out what they thought she would say.
Well, I'm just glad that they're on the air during our times here in the U.S. so we can actually see them. And speaking of people, or ladies that don't do blogs, Housewives of Atlanta, they're getting a lot better with their blogs.
But
Nene is not doing them anymore.
No, she's like subcontracting out and giving them, you know, this week Comedy Jonah is writing my blog.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Comedy Jonah. Send, and she's tweeting it out. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I've now got my blanket on because I don't feel well. Sorry. I've got my blankie.
It's okay. I didn't know if you were like being held hostage, if I needed to call 911.
I'm going to be a pope in the room with the toilet. Help me.
Glad he's being held for ransom. No, but Nene's not doing her blogs, and then I noticed too. If you read the blogs and there's no questions from Bravo TV, you know the ladies are doing them on their own. If the ladies are not doing them on time, Bravo steps in, asks the questions, and then writes the blog for them. So we're seeing more consistency with Atlanta because Bravo TV's writing.
What I'd like to see here is that obviously they can't get in touch with Kim at all from Beverly Hills because there's nothing from her. Zero.
Well, first you have to be conscious.
Conscious, sober. Hi. We can talk about her in a minute or two.
We can talk about her. Well, let's just wrap up Atlanta for a little bit. So finally, Kenya and Phaedra have a sit down.
And Bravo paid Bravo paid Phaedra a shitload of money to accept Kenya's apology and to pray with her.
Yeah, I would have too. Let's pray right now, Glammy.
Well, wait a minute. John, would you like to come,
Buddhist, by the way.
Would you like to come to church with me on Sunday? And you go, no. Wait, no, I can't do that. I'm sorry.
No.
Let us pray.
Let us pray. I
was like, what the hell is going on? And Phaedra led the prayer while Kenya dripped.
Kenya asked her to.
Yeah, like dripped mascara down her face. And then they went to party upstairs. I was like, and of course upstairs was all about they're killing each other right now. They hate each other, and they were.
Well, they were first acting out, Kenya and Phaedra, which was funny.
And it was completely the opposite. The opposite of what really was going on. I was like, whoa. I mean, Phaedra never really kind of apologized. She kind of apologized for little things that she'd done, but not the major stuff. So, I mean, but apparently Kenya was tweeting out negative shit about Phaedra as the episode aired. So that prayer obviously went all the way to Kenya right back down.
I think it reached the wrong God.
Yeah. Went wrong way, went down that way.
It went down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was that.
The thing that I'm really noticing about Atlanta is that I'm liking Nene not on it. I don't miss Nene.
But do you think Nene and Kim's show is going to be good?
Ugh.
Or is Nene using Kim to get her own show? Because obviously Nene can't carry a show on her own. And
Ding,
Kim
ding, ding, ding.
has got all these shows going. She's on season 1. She's got her own show for the 4th season or 5th season, whatever it is. And Nene does not like Housewives, but she needs somewhere to call home.
Yeah.
And Hollywood ain't calling. So
Hollywood ain't calling. Broadway's not calling. I don't know where Nene thinks that, I liked Nene in the beginning. I loved her spunk and attitude, but I think everything has gone to her head, and it's very obvious. She talks about the Cinderella stuff this season of Atlanta Housewives. If you go online and look at the reviews, actually the production lost money when Nene replaced Sherry Shepherdson, and I think tickets fell like 300%. I mean, she didn't do a good job. So I would really be like, yeah, she had bad reviews.
Why?
And it doesn't surprise me when she talks to that guy and he's trying to help her with some of the coaching, and she's sitting there and I'm trying to learn my lines.
Well, I never read anything about it, but I thought it was amazing the amount of money that they put into her costumes. The costume design was freaking epic. The 3 dresses that she wore, I was like, I hope that she got that written into her contract that she could keep those dresses. They're like museum pieces. They're nuts.
Couture, baby, couture.
Yeah, they're really nice. I love them a lot. But that was about it. And I did like that Greg was liking what was in the back. Like, he made her ass look huge, and he was all happy about it. But, yeah, Atlanta was a bit boring. I mean, they came back from their trip. They went horseback riding. Phaedra saved some woman's dying family member or something with cash, which I actually thought was really genuine of her. I thought that was kind of shocking that she handed her guide money because the guide had lost her husband or something. I was like, but it just didn't, we didn't get to see any of the conversations, so it was completely shocking. Like,
right.
Phaedra's just handing out cash because, we could all come up with a good story if she's
absolutely
doing that. I mean, I could tell her something. I just didn't understand that.
And the thing, too, with Nene, back to Nene real quick, is it was really smart of her to make up with Kim so that she could get a spin-off show with her. I would love to see Nene like an American Horror Story. The guy that executive produces that did Glee. He's the one that found her. He's friends with her. Why isn't she some kind of evil creature on that show?
I don't know. But, I mean, it's Gaga this season.
It's Lady Gaga. And Jessica Lange isn't in it this season.
Maybe Nene's not big enough to be on the show. I don't know. I've never seen the show. My daughter loves it.
You mean Reputation.
Yeah, she's not or acting ability. Wasn't Marlon Manson on that one too? Marlon Manson was on there or something, or he was on something I was watching last night. I was in the background. I don't know what it was, but it seems to be. I don't know if Nene. I don't know where she fits into. I just don't know.
Reality TV. That's why she's got to spin off with Kim.
But there's no. I would have watched Kim go cross country or bugger around with Cherie Whitfield over Nene. I mean, I would have watched her. I would have loved it. It'd be Kim and like Alexis Bellina, who used to be on the Housewives, like ex-Housewives, getting together and go cross country and yes. But it doesn't have to be Nene. I mean, I'm excited that she's back. I feel it's a little contrived.
I think what's going to be nice is that we're going to see, and hopefully, we're going to see not just Kim, because I think Kim is hilarious on her own. But we're going to see yeah, we're going to see Nene interact with just regular folk, right? On the road, on the trip, at the gas station, buying some sunflower seeds, whatever. That'll be interesting and fun and silly, but not on Atlanta anymore. I think she's done with
Do
Atlanta.
you were on a trip? Do you remember the whole incident on the bus where Nene nearly strangled
Mm-hmm.
Kim and called her a
Yeah,
slave owner or something? I was like, oh, so they've come a long way from that.
yeah. I wonder if they'll just grab the will and do a Thelma and Louise at the end. I don't know.
Oh,
All right, so that is good for Atlanta. Let's jump into the Beverly Hills Part 2 reunion.
what did Harry do? We don't fucking know. Harry did
Oh,
nothing. Harry did nothing. He did not F the dog. He did not have an affair. Harry just married Lisa Rinna. That's all he did.
with her 20-year-old hairstyle.
Which, if I looked like her, I'd keep the fucking hairstyle too.
Jesus, better than Brandy's cheeks.
Ugh. Her face, okay, I didn't notice it in the first episode, but there's two things I noticed about the second part. Brandy got puffier. Like, I mean, it was like, she looked like a
Like
hamster.
retaining water or something, or Botox.
It was really bad. And then the more she talked, the less her face moved. So she would talk and it would look normal, and she'd keep talking and her face got tighter
Yeah.
and tighter and tighter. And I was like, oh, what is wrong with her? And I noticed Kim was a little bit, I don't know what she had taken in the commercial break, but she seemed very, remember when she was in the kitchen and she was going blah, blah, blah. And
Yeah. With support and meetings, yeah.
well, she was acting the same way in the second part of the reunion, so by the third part she'll be spread-eagled on the couch, you know, drilling out the side of her face, because she was on something. Maybe she was tired.
Let me tell you something, because I tweeted out that Brandy and Kim needed their own show called The Real Housewives of the AA, and a few people didn't like that. Let me tell you something a little bit about sobriety, because I have tons of friends that are in sobriety.
Right.
If you take other people's drinks, medication, stuff that is not prescribed to you by a doctor, that is slipping. You've slipped.
That's what I actually tweeted out. So a sober person in AA for 3,000 a day has a drink. Do we forget about it and go to 3,001 in the morning, or does it start at number one again? It starts
at number one.
She had a slip. I have had alcohol in my family. They didn't make it. She has every opportunity to make it and chooses not to. She's in denial, complete and utter fucking denial. And then she's the one, she's there sitting there going, Brandy's parents are lovely people. Brandy's a good girl. But I'm like, oh my God. You know, and Lisa Rinna, just why don't you go eat? Why are you so jealous?
I'm like, why don't you sober up?
I mean, yeah, I know. I think Kim Richards hates Eileen Davidson because Eileen is everything Kim wants to be. I think Kim thinks she should have the daytime soap and the Emmys and the big house and the husband and all the kids. Eileen Davidson has everything that she wants. Brandy hates Eileen because she's a homewrecker. And I read Brandy's blog today and was blown away. Brandy was attacking Eileen and calling her a homewrecker again on the blog today, trashing Lisa Vanderpump, trashing Kyle, calling her a coward. I mean, just, hating on Lisa Rinna. You know, and Lisa, when she said something to Lisa Rinna about, why don't you go and change your Depends, bitch? And Lisa Rinna was like, where's your Tampax endorsement? I nearly died. I was like, and Brandy's like, I'm working on it, bitch. No, you're not. You're not.
So here's stuff that we've learned about Brandy this season. We've learned that Brandy's fetish is walking in on her husband, doing another girl, and finishing. That turns her on. All the stuff that she's done to the ladies, all the wine throwing, all the crap talking. You know what? Eddie left her for another woman. Can you see why?
I can see why now. And I think Eileen gave the best bit of advice of any housewife's reunion ever. She tells Brandy, you don't have to like the bitch. Just get along, make
Yeah.
amends with your husband's new wife, your ex-husband's new wife, because of your children.
Yeah.
And I was like Eileen. Because
Eileen took on Kim, took on Brandy. If you're familiar with some of the characters she plays on TV, like Kristen DiMera,
I have to say,
she can tap
Brandy,
into that shit, and that shit's scary, okay? That's all I gotta say, okay?
Brandy was told to go fuck herself twice in 5 minutes. Once from Lisa Rinna, once from Eileen Davis. And I was like, yeah. Oh, and Lisa Vanderpump. She's like getting bleeped now. She's like, fuck you. Fuck off. Fuck you.
They all are, and I love that Lisa said to Brandy last night, listen, you can't do these horrible, horrible things, say you're sorry, and then it's done, over the shoulder.
Completely forgotten. No, it's not forgotten.
That's not how life works. Lisa's absolutely right.
It's not at all.
Brandy sits there and says she owns it. She doesn't own shit. She says, I don't start anything. She starts most of it. She's a total hypocrite. Now she's all puffy on the reunion, talking about other people's stuff,
Well, Ramona Singer was on Watch What Happens Live, and they were talking about Brandy. She said way too many fillers. I was like, I died. I thought it was funny. Now, we're still talking about the whole reunion. The parts that I think typical addict behavior or a person that's completely unstable. If my dog bit anybody, doesn't matter how big the bite was or how bad the blood was, I'm going to be apologizing profusely, saying, holy shit, I cannot believe my dog, I'm so sorry my dog bit you.
Yeah.
I was turning around going, but Kyle, you want to know the real story? Your children cut. I knew it. Remember last week I said, my mother-in-law had said, you're lucky it wasn't a big dog that bit your daughter. It might hurt. Same delusional fucking shit from Kim.
Well, it's very obvious Kim is not in a good place in her sobriety because you don't act like that, okay? And I don't care if your dog's a chihuahua and draws blood. You apologize. Kim, you apologize. As far as what kind of the situation your life's in, and I'm not necessarily meaning just using, but you're taking care of your elderly husband who's dying. You shouldn't have such a big damn dog. You shouldn't have such a big dog.
No, and I don't understand why she's taking care of her ex-husband of 20 years ago, because my husband's ex-wife is not coming to my house. I don't give a shit if she's dying. I don't care. She can go find somebody else.
Maybe you should take a little note from Eileen. Try to get along.
No.
We're going to start calling you Brandy, and I'm going to be called Eileen.
Oh, you're going to be Eileen. What about the fact that Kim's recollection of events, even when she says blah, blah, blah happened, and then they show you the clip, and it was the complete opposite of what happened?
Totally.
She has no clue what the complete reality is. And I read, I think it was Lisa Vanderpump.
One pill.
One pill doesn't last an entire fucking series. The entire season she's been this way. Maybe she was taking the same pill over and over again, classifying, because it was in the one bottle, it was one pill.
Maybe she cut it up into like 16s or something.
What did you see when she was talking about, it's not like it was my pills. If it was my pills, they'd be in my back pocket.
My pills.
I'm like, what? And there was multiple occasions this season. I mean, obviously the worst one was in the car. But then it got even worse when she was nearly fist fighting at Eileen's house outside with whatever Eileen's husband peeking out the window. That whole incident was really bad. But there was other incidences where she was not sober.
Well, she's not on the reunion. I mean, even when Andy was like, "Don't you think you owe Eileen an apology?" She's like, "Oh yeah." I'm really sorry. I mean,
after she said, I've already apologized to you, Eileen, and Eileen's like, no, you haven't. I think I have so.
No, you haven't.
And then she's like, I'm not giving her an apology. An apology? I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
I was like, I was like, what is she playing a part off of? I didn't even know she was on Revenge and Sharkadoodle or whatever it's called.
She had like one, two
Like,
lines in Revenge. Uh-huh.
oh, really? So she's not back as a recurring character?
No.
Okay.
She was part of a setting at a table of women. There was like
Oh.
8 women at a table, and Victoria comes up, because I watched Revenge, and she says, oh, it's, girls, I'm so glad you're the high society of the Hamptons, da-da-da, and Kim went, uh-huh. What was that?
So she thinks she's going to be a recurring character because she said it's the season reunion part 1. But she's in Sharkadoodle or Sharkanoodles or
Sharknado?
Shark. Yes, whatever you just said. In a leading role, apparently.
Yeah.
Wasn't Gina Marie Zimmerman in one of those movies? Or a spin-off from?
No, Tara Reid's in it. That Ian Ziering's in it from 90210, and he's the executive producer of it. It's just a real kind of funny parody of just Sharknado, a tornado of sharks that come and get you, and blah blah blah.
It's not like you're not. Jennifer Aniston isn't doing this. You know,
No.
she's got other things. She is absolutely. She's probably turned it down like Lisa Rinna turned down. Was it Diving with the Stars or whatever?
Yeah, sits there and talks about Lisa Rinna's body of work. Yeah, no, she's not on Revenge as a recurring character. If she is, she's in the background.
In my whole fucking life, I was like, "Oh my God, Lisa, I love you." When she's standing up, pointing at people.
Oh yeah.
She's not scared, but she was like, "Please do tell us. What did Harry do? Did he fuck the dog? Tell us." And Kim's like,
"Say it. I'm not gonna say it.
Private.
I'm not gonna say it.
I'm not saying." And I'm like,
I'm not gonna say it.
And then Lisa's like, "She's giving you permission to say it. Go ahead."
I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
And Andy's like, "Have you heard she had an affair?"
But I love that she says, "I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do that to you. You'll do everything else to her. You'll say everything else to her, but not that. Oh, it's so sweet of you."
Yeah, I know. And you've implied she doesn't understand the damage she's caused because people are asking Harry Hamlin all the fucking time, "What the fuck did he do?" This is Harry Hamlin.
It's like a Twitter hashtag too.
What did Harry do? I mean, did you see Lisa with her book? Like, it was like this. It was about the book. It was titled something like "From Her Kids," such and such and such.
Yeah.
And Hamlin. It says, "What did Harry do? Fuck the dog," or something like that. I mean, she's taking it. And to be honest with you, when Kim made the accusation of what Harry has supposedly done, I would have been doing a hell of a lot more than fucking sending her angry text messages, because we see that next week. I'd be throwing eggs at her house Justin Bieber style. I would have been slicing her tires. I would have been all up.
Totally.
If you get a nasty text message from Lisa Rinna saying, "I'm going to punch your fucking lights out, bitch," I would have done the same thing.
I would have been like, "It's my birthday, yay!"
And this is Kim. And I am going to hurt you. You see this? You see the threats? Like, bitch, you just threatened her husband's livelihood. You have implied that her husband's been doing something illegal, possibly drugs, possibly falling off the wagon, possibly having sex with minor children. Who knows what people thought? I mean...
Well, it's very interesting that Kim, who used to be an actress, is threatened by the newest cast members who are working actresses.
Yeah, exactly. And I hope that after this season that Lisa Vanderpump, Lisa Rinna, and Eileen Davidson can go have lunch with Mr. Andy Cohen, and the three of them say, "We ain't coming back if that bitch Kim is on that show because she is irrelevant, and it is not fair to us to have to deal with her." They'll have Brandy back, even though nobody wants her back. But Kim,
right?
My husband noticed. He said, "Why is that nasty blonde?" He said something worse than that, but he said, "Why is she the center of this fucking reunion?" She was like a friend of a housewife or something before, right? She wasn't a major player.
She needs to be one, but she's always been a major one.
But she's never been given as much airtime. There would be weeks you never saw her. So why is she suddenly the center of attention? He goes, I've never looked at her as a real housewife. It was like she was dragged along by her sister. You know, obviously her sister said, I'm not doing the show without my sister.
Yeah.
And I've got a feeling that Kathy to get on the show now. Kathy, when they're done, Kathy saw it, and Kathy was not impressed with you. Like, why would you drag your other? You can't, like, if I was Andy, I would have been like, okay, get Kathy on the phone. Because Kathy's being brought up here again. Kathy was on the show. Kathy signed a fucking release. Get Kathy on the phone so we can talk to Kathy right now and see what she really did say.
Absolutely.
So that was all that was all that happened basically. Of course, there was the home wrecking incidents again, or comments, and Brandy tried to rip Lisa Vanderpump and Kyle's relationship apart. It's a completely different set of circumstances. There was snidey comments made.
Brandy doesn't understand that.
No, and I did like Lisa's blog today where she said that she wishes the cameras had been on, something along the lines of, she wishes the cameras had been on when it was Magazine Gate, but conveniently Magazine Gate happened off camera and they had to rely on two unreliable sources. It was Kim and Brandy, remember? Kim was told by Brandy to tell Kyle about the freaking magazine, which was all bullshit again, you know?
Yeah.
So, and then that finished, and then we go straight into Real Housewives of New York. Oh, it was such a long night.
But before we jump into New York, I just have a little announcement that this Sunday I'll be at Pump. Burp, burp,
again?
Mm-hmm.
Again?
Not Stir, I'll be at Pump. But we'll be at Stir as well.
My friend was just at Pump, and he said, he was texting me, he's like, oh my god, Mrs. Vanderpump just walked in. I said, so fucking go over there, talk to her about dogs or something. He just completely wouldn't do it.
I'm going to do it.
She loves her fans. She loves people being She loves dog owners. So I said, go over with your phone and show her the damn dog and say, look at my puppy, what do you think? Oh, would you like a selfie? Sure. I mean, it's easy.
I'll tag you in the photo when I tweet it out on Sunday.
You better. You better. Oh, and tell her that I have found the Vanderpump sangria in Tampa.
And did you get some yet?
Thank you very much. I've not got any yet, but I know exactly where to buy it now. So.
Well, that's what our tea time needs to be. I'm going to get some Ramona Pinot Grigio, and you're going to get some of that, and we'll have a drink next week.
Brandy's got some, what's it called, Bombshell Blonde or something, a new wine coming out. Couldn't you just call her up? I'm sure she'll give you it away for free. She's not like she's going to sell it or nothing. Couldn't
we just get drunk off of just smelling her come out of her pores? Okay, so let's wrap it up with Housewives of New York. Bethany's back. How are you? Are we happy?
Okay. One. You know, let's not make this the crying festival for the entire season of being, wah, I fucked up my marriage. Let's see real Bethany, which I think you get to see a little bit of next week when she tells Ramona, I don't want to be friends with you. I don't want to be around you. And Ramona acts Ramona next week starts channeling Kelly Ben Simone with the whole, just relax. I'm like, oh, Jesus, here we go. It was, I'm not sure if when Bethany met up with Luann at the rented apartment, hotel, suite, whatever it was, if she was nervous about being on camera again, but she was like very, very short and snappy with Luann. You know, because Luann's like she's
That's how she talks, though.
Didn't she? I mean, it was very sort of snappy, and it wasn't like the most natural, fun meeting. So I'm not sure about that. I don't know about the new chick if I like her or not. I think I do. What's her name? Delvine?
I do. Doreen.
Dorinda. Yes. I don't know why she would trying to steal one of her husband's client's dresses from his. I mean, it wasn't just like a joke once. She went on about it for like 10 minutes. Are you sure you can't steal that dress from me? Well, I mean, they've got you on tape now. I'm sure they're going to know that it was you that stole it. You know, let's look at the evidence.
I thought that was funny.
But I don't know if I like her daughter, but I mean, she seems to be a very good
Oh,
friend to
love the
Ramona.
daughter.
She does
Yeah.
listen. I think Sonia. Oh my God, did I tell you? I've never tweeted Sonia Morgan ever. I've never followed her. And I was looking last night at what the housewives were saying, and it said Sonia Morgan has blocked you. I'm like, blocked me on Twitter? How the fuck does she know who I am? I've never spoken to the woman, never followed her, but she blocked me. I don't know why. Dana said maybe Sonia follows the hashtag and just blocks people that are talking negatively about the show or whatever. I'm like,
I
dude,
want to
she's
see
a
if
fucking
I'm
lie.
blocked.
She
I
really
want to see
does.
if I'm blocked.
I'm blocked. I have no idea how she blocked me. I think the only tweet I've ever sent out about her was like, I loved her new hairstyle last year. I was like, what the fuck? So anyway, I'm blocked.
I'm not blocked. I got her.
I am. It says Sonia Morgan has blocked you. I'm like, oh, I'm devastated not. But anyway, um, her house is
You're
still falling
powerful.
apart. Yeah. Her house is still falling apart. She still has that gossipy masseuse facialist person. She has a bunch of new interns at her house, and when she meets up with Ramona, she tries to make Ramona's situation of 25 years just like her marriage. The ended 10 years ago. You think that Sonia would have been over it by now. For the last 10 years, it was not her ex who put all her money into that movie with John Travolta, whatever it was. I mean, she just made bad investments. Lots of people did. Um,
Lots of people did. I am so sick of the interns and her walking around like she
oh,
just has all the staff and all of these things happening.
and I don't understand what exactly does she do apart from being drunk, apparently, in the
Yeah.
newspapers, taking on Molly Ringwald. I mean,
I
I'm a
wish we
house.
could have been there.
I wish we had been there. I would have been fucking hilarious. But they spent $600 a plate, and how can she afford that? And so she was trying to talk to Ramona about how bad her marriage is, and Ramona was like, no. And then when Sonia said, I need you to back me up with the girls, and Ramona shockingly said, no. What's her
Well,
face had the nerve
Bethany,
to be like, shut
Bethany
up, you're
tweeted
upset. And
during Ramona being on Watch What Happens Live and said Ramona's very Switzerland this season.
yes, I heard that too. I think that's a good thing because after last season and the wine glass throwing incident, and I did see like what's happening this season. They all go on a vacation, shockingly, and it looks like Kristen throws water on Ramona, but Ramona doesn't come at her with a steak knife this time. It's like, oh, was that you bitch?
Yeah, bitch.
You know, like a normal. And I did think Ramona looked fantastic. I don't know if she's had
Yes.
work done or if she's just
But
more relaxed not with him.
probably both, and I think she's gotten the right work done because it looks good. She looked great on Watch What
Her
Happens
hair
Live.
looked good. Everything.
Hmm.
I mean, I was like, wow, Ramona, you look fantastic. You should have dumped Mario years ago. You know? And
Yeah.
when she explained what Mario, and she apologized to Andy last night on the show on Watch What Happens Live about
Yeah.
she was basically being told what to say and do, and she felt like she was in the corner like a caged animal because she didn't want to upset Mario, and what she should have said was, Mario told me not to talk about it, instead of doing the whole thing that she did at the reunion. And she apologized to Andy. I was like, who is this person?
Yeah.
Completely different, and it's a good thing. Um,
Totally.
Luann looks. Well, did you hear the comment that the first dig of the night was from Bethany? When she said to Luann, I think you look good with a few extra pounds. You don't look like so haggard. I was like, oh God.
You know, I honestly, I didn't miss Bethany. I think I liked her at first, but I don't know, I've just become so exposed with her. The whole thing about her crying in the car to her real estate agent, which is Frederick on Million Dollar Listing New York, saying that I don't have a home. You have that much money. You bought an overpriced apartment that you have to have renovated. You're living in hotels. You have a house that you bought in the Hamptons, but you're complaining that you have to live in hotels while you're in the city doing work. Those aren't real problems, okay? Like Ramona said on Watch What Happens, rent an apartment.
Yeah,
Rent
get
it.
Frederick to rent a Frederick even offered for her to come home with them. Why don't you come live with
I
me?
mean,
I was
that
like,
was such crap, and I'm just like, oh, Bethany, done, done, and done, okay?
well, I'm thinking hopefully next week she gets a little bit more looser and funnier because she is one hell of a witty person. I I don't like and never have liked Heather. Heather's just a bit too.
I love Heather.
There's just something about Heather that's just a bit meh. Yeah, and
You need to check yourself.
And Kristen's husband is still a fucking asshole. I'm really happy that her kid is walking, and that I'm
Yes.
really happy about that.
Yes.
But she's still like, meh. I mean, there's just something. They shouldn't have brought them all back. There's 8 of them this year. How are
I
we going
love
to keep
Carol.
Oh, I do like Carol, but they keep her around because she's just one raging big slut on Tinder. Um, I had to Google what the fuck Tinder was because I was like, oh no, it's not site. Yes, it was the one I was thinking about.
Yeah.
I was like, why is she on Tinder? You know, and more to the point, has she ever met up with any of the people from Tinder?
Well, she said she had like kind of a fake kind of an account, but
Bullshit.
Carol is now in a relationship, and we get to see
I
Billy
know.
Mack on this season. He's a younger guy.
He's
And did you know that did you know that Carol's assistant is also a producer at people.com and did a little interview about it? And yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. I did. I saw it. Yeah, it was really cool. But what I didn't understand was he's a 23-year-old chef, isn't it? He's 23 or something, the boyfriend.
Oh, I don't know if he's that young.
But then we see Carol with her husband's urn in London for some reason later on in the season.
Yeah.
The urn.
And she's doing something with his ashes.
Was he British? Was her husband a Brit? I mean, why the hell to go? Did he say in his will that I've never been to London before?
No, she's been to London. She's a princess.
He's not
British.
She's not British. There's no way that she's a British princess.
I
don't know who
married a Brit of royalty, and Carol is a princess. She has the princess title.
Because I thought it was.
She has the princess title because a couple seasons back, remember when Carol first got on, and it was the princess versus the countess.
I didn't know it was the American. I didn't know it was the. She's Italian. It's an Italian. Her real name is Antonio Di Falco. That's not American. That's not British royalty. It is
European, whatever.
Her father opened the restaurant Di Falco's, but it's something to do with their title. What? I mean, Poland. Her husband was from Poland. Lee Bouvier, who was the this was the only son of Prince. Okay, her husband is Prince Stanislaw Radziwill of Poland.
Yes.
And him and his wife, Lee Bouvier, who is the younger sister Jacqueline Kennedy, Onassis, who is related. Oh my God, you don't know this, do you? I'm going to tell you something. My husband's grandmother is cousins with Jacqueline Kennedy and Lee Bouvier. They grew up together.
Get me in. I want to meet Carol.
I've never ever know anything about them. I have no idea how it happened or whatever. But I was like, Jacqueline Kennedy's your cousin? What? We're looking at. I don't know how it came about, but no, nobody talks about it. I can't believe Carol's 51 years old now. Looking at her page. So her husband, Anthony Radwitz, is the one. He was born in Switzerland, so but there's a Polish prince, which you really don't go around saying that you're royalty. It's just like I was looking up. If Luann's husband remarries, she can't call herself Countess Luann. She has to call herself Luann Countess of such and such because of the she can't keep the original title. It's against the law and all that sort of stuff. So
If she remarries, but she has the title.
No. If she gets divorced, she's not supposed to be Countess Luann. She's supposed to be Luann, Countess of something.
Not what
And
she
if
says.
he remarries, she's then. Yeah, I know. It's nothing. And I have to read the word because I can't remember it. It's Princess. The Countess title is a it's a courtesy title anyway. Let me see. Here we go. It says that she would. It has to be. She can't call herself Countess Luann de Lesseps anymore. It's Louis de Lesseps. She has to change it around. But she didn't. She left it the same way, which was really bizarre. And does she have a?
All right.
I don't know what we're talking about anymore. So we've completely lost track of what the fuck we were talking about. So anyway, Luann's not banging Jack anymore, so she's no longer with him, and she's having a is it her party in the Hamptons? Who's having a party in the Hamptons?
It's Luann's party of her new house because she's getting rid of her bigger one and she's downsized.
What, downsized to 14,000 square feet?
I know.
Such a fucking shitty life. But I mean, so everyone goes, and it doesn't look like it goes too well. And then, of course, Gurney Guts, Morgan is not happy next week because somebody else gets her room in Luann's house or something, or at Mona's house. I'm like, what the fuck? So there's that, and that's about it.
That's about it. I'm looking forward to this season. It looks really good. Any final thoughts before we wrap it up?
Final thoughts. The ladies of Melbourne go to Sydney and look like they get into a brawl in the middle of the street, so that looks like fun.
That looks like fun.
And I look forward to the explosive, even more explosive apparently, part 3 of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion.
Yes.
That will be epic. And I kind of look forward to Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I mean, New York, but who knows? What about you?
Oh, same here. I'm looking forward to the reunion part 3. I'm looking forward to Melbourne when they go to Sydney and hang out with some of Gamble's family and friends. That's going to be really fun.
Gamble's
and of course, just New York.
Did you hear what Gamble's sister's called? She's called Tempest.
No.
Tempest. Who the
Gamble
fuck calls it Tempest? Gamble and Tempest. Gamble and Tempest. I mean, what the hell? Must be an Australian thing.
Totally. So, Glammy, thank you so much for hanging out with me because I know you're not feeling well, but we've taken up the whole hour, of course, because there's so much to talk about on Bravo. And you guys check out our website at yourrealityrecaps.com/Bravo. All of our shows, including mine and Glammy's, all of our audio blogs, and all our blogs with all your favorite Bravo shows. And, of course, follow me at Comedy Jonah. Glammy, where can we find you?
Princess Glammy on, what's that called?
Princess Glammy. Let's bump up the energy a little bit.
Twatter.
Listen here, Petticoat. Why don't you up the energy a little bit?
Because I'm tired. I'm going straight to bed.
Look at the bed.
Look at the bed under my eyes.
Oh my God, you poor thing. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and we are here every Wednesday, 3 o'clock Eastern, 12 noon Pacific, every week talking about Bravo. So tweet us and let us know what you like and what you don't like. And if you don't like it, then find something else to watch. All right. See you then. Bye, everybody.
Bye.